All right. Good morning, everyone. How you doing? How is it going? What do you mean no sound? Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me, no? Yeah. You guys are playing with me. I just wasn't speaking before. So, everything is slightly red here. Big run up end of day yesterday. Right, QQQ. QQQ looks good. Looks very, very good. We broke out end of day, right, out of this wedge. Yeah, I just wasn't talking. Yeah. Making sure it was all set up. All right. Wow, I'm tired. Did not sleep well. How did everyone else sleep? So higher lows, lower highs, right? We broke out of this pink trend line. So we're going to need to push through yesterday's high, right? 360.61. That's really it. But overall chart looks pretty good, right? If anything, I want to see 357.5 hold, ideally. If it can't, then we're probably going to push back down to the low here on 354. SPY, right? Kind of in this wedge, right? Rejected yesterday again. So it needs back over yesterday's high, but the main level I would watch here is 426.36. That's the level I got. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to test this low here around 420.18. AMD, so went long before close, right? We started to break out of this huge flag, right? This resistance, we rejected multiple times. Started to break out here end day. I wanted to see a gap up kind of over 104.94, but we're down 0.7% here pre-market. We do have until tomorrow, but if it starts to push back down, I'm gonna take the exit around 101. I'd say 101.3 or so, right around there, 101.7 maybe, right around there. Side note, how did everyone like the webinar last night? Hopefully a ton of you guys attended. There was some good stuff that was dropped. How did everyone like the webinar? Let me know and drop a comment. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming for real estate wise. Coin went long also, right? Look at this higher time frame setup. So, right, previous resistance, support, double bottom here, right? So acted as support. We kind of have this bullish candle here. We rejected multiple times up above here. So looking just for this to hold and for this to be the bottom, right? So I'm kind of playing a potential bounce off the low. Down 0.2% here. So we'll see if this can work its way up to 77 plus. That's the goal there. Higher time frame setup though. But chart looks very, very solid. Right, this is a huge flag. Tesla, huge run up yesterday. Right, it's kind of worked out perfect. Beat you to it, Elliot. Guys, if I go over this watch list every single day, right, in this order, right, if the ticker's here, I'm gonna go through it. Right, higher lows, lower highs, broke out, right, pushed through that resistance here. Zoom in a little bit here. Right, pushed through that double top. Then we pushed into this resistance here. We had a slight gap to fill. Didn't fill it fully. Right, had a little gap to fill to 262.46. Couldn't reach it fully, but great move yesterday. Worked out perfect. Now we're opening down 0.5%. So we'll see if it can break back through 262.46. Then I think we'll push back up. You know, we got 272 up above. Or this resistance here. This previous support will act as a resistance. Right, previous support. It's going to act as a resistance. Meta also, everything looks very good, just needs a little bit more time. Higher lows, lower highs. A triple top here at 307.18. If it can push through and actually break out, this looks very good for a big run up. Apple also, right, higher lows, lower highs, couldn't break down. I was looking for a breakdown yesterday. Ended up pushing up, creating a double top here. Look, we also bounced off this level so many times. Right, support, acting as resistance. So if Apple can break through 174.3, it looks very good. I'm gonna move this up actually. Looks very, very good. Nvidia is green here pre-market. It doesn't really look that good though. There's really no setup. Yeah, no setup there. Shop. Delete everything. So, I mean, shop we could kind of draw potentially, you know, starting to set up like that maybe. Still too early. Right, within this huge wedge. All right, we have this previous resistance here, so I'll draw that. If I can get my mouse on. That's really it for that one. Netflix, I mean Amazon. Just flag in here. Big bear flag. All right, higher low. Multiple rejections across this resistance here. Right, here's a flagpole. It's just a typical bear flag. So you can either play calls through 127.36 or puts. I would look for below 125.68. Looks pretty decent. Right, that also lines up with this previous triple bottom here. Right, support. Acting as support yesterday. So 125.68 looks pretty good, right? If I was to inverse this, a lot of people would potentially go long over that. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right. You don't have any questions so far? Netflix looks pretty good. Higher lows, lower highs, just sitting in this range. Just consolidating. Looks pretty good. Definitely could set up for a pretty big move again. All these other names, nothing really. PayPal is consolidating like this. All right, look at this little flag it's making. That's pretty interesting. That's a nice little bear flag. So coin just flipped green, up 0.4%. AMD still hovering below. And that's it. That's it, guys. You don't have any questions about anything? What's up, Victor? How you doing? What is going on? Thoughts on Roku? I haven't looked at Roku in a bit. So let's take a look at the daily here. Earnings coming up in November 1st, so a month. All right, from the lows, I guess we can kind of draw like that a little bit. It's going through, but sitting here at the low. This previous support or resistance, right? Resistance, 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 acting as support, kind of acting as a support again. You know, you could go long through this previous high, 71.99. You have a demand zone at 68, right around here. Yeah, pretty much the same thing I got, right? I just drew it at the bottom here. So 67.89, 68, yeah, same thing. Yep, so we got the same exact zone pretty much. Right, resistance, resistance, acting as resistance here, support, now acting as a kind of a double bottom with a higher low put in place. 71.99, I think could trigger next leg up to around 75. Right around there. Right, previous resistance, support. No problem. So coin up 0.6% now. So that's good. AMD just needs a little bit more time. A little bit more time. All right. Any last minute questions before I go set up the Zoom here? Let me know. Waiting on one of you guys. All right, sounds good. Gonna go set up the Zoom. We'll see you guys on the Zoom call.